Hello and welcome to another episode of the Race to Go Racing. On this episode, we're going to prep this, which is our GT6 chassis, get it out of this horrible green and make it into black. Yeah, really boring black. So that's what we're going to do. We've got Scotch-Brite, just to take the layer off the paint. We've got some paint coming from CC Paints in Anglesey. They've supplied us some paintbrush it on, it's under the car, it's not going to be seen. And then we're going to do all the components, which are all getting shot blasted, as well as the shell, which is also getting shot blasted. And then from there, we're going to make this chassis our racing chassis. Very much we're going to raise it exactly how we did the body, so we can get to it, so we can access it. Although this will be a little bit less dodgy because it's smaller. So this part is the most time consuming. Just using some Scotch-Brite just to take the shine off all the paint. Not to get it all the way down to the metal again, but if we get it down to the shine and rough up the paint, it'll allow us to apply our black chassis paint to it. This took a while, but as a group of us, some good music and some beverages, we managed to make it through the next few hours of sanding. Steve's using one of our handiest tools, a little Ryobi compressor, just to blow all the dust off so we can see the shiny spots and crack on sanding. So, after about an hour and a half, maybe a bit longer, we've done the top, and now we've got to do the bottom. So, it all looks like, you can't really see it, but it looks dull, like this, and now we've got to get this to look dull as well, and then it'll be ready.
I wanna go home. Any bats in the cave?
This is where we're at with this. It's almost there. We've got to spray it down with the airline, prep it for the paint.
Have I got my wall paint on?
I hope it's not lead based. Today I'm going to finish off the chassis. You can see now the body's turned up. We'll have a look at that shortly. Probably in the next episode after this, we can have a really investigate. It's not as bad as we thought. There was some rust found and there's not much left of certain parts of the car, but it's alright. The chassis, however, needs to be finished, so then we can move it, put all the new suspension on it, move it around, and give us enough room to be able to fix the body. The chassis has been rubbed down. So you can see here the chassis has been rubbed down. This is all pretty much ready for a layer of black paint. I'm going to be using this panel wipe initially to wipe all of this down, get all the dust and see if there's any other shiny bits, which there probably is, just to get the last little bits in there. But the majority of it is going to be quite noddy. Once that's all done, layer of water down the bottom and we can start applying the black paint. So this panel wipe just cleans off all the dust ready for paint. And sometimes it shows you like the shiny bits that you've missed, obviously if the dust's covering up. But I'm just giving it here, just give it a good wipe down, ready for some paint. So then we're just going to wet the floor. This stops any of the dust rising while we're painting. So just literally a watering can and then brush the water across the floor, just a thin layer, that'll catch all the dust. So wet the underside now. Now I'm going to move on to painting. So we've got some brushes, just this brush and some rollers. And we've got some Black & Animal paint, courtesy of CC Paints in Anglesey. So we're going to lay that paint on now. It's good stuff for the underside of the car, so it'll make it protect it. We'll see how we go. So the chassis is pretty much finished now. We can bolt stuff onto the chassis now. We've got the body here ready to be prepped. That's what we're going to do next. So it's been a couple of days, it's all set. It's had a couple of coats, probably 3 or 4 coats, and we've just gone over some tricky bits with a bit of hammerite paint. Just hammerite, metal, spray paint, just the bits that you can't quite get in the nuts and crannies. We've just decided to just clean them up. Just stuff like in here. Within these bits are quite difficult to get to with the paintbrush. And again over the other side here. So they've just been paintbrushed as much as we can get in and then just hammerited just to get in there and sort them all out. So the chassis is done now. So the chassis is done. It just needs the other bits bolted to it now. And then we've got all the suspension coming in. We've got to paint the suspension. All of that has been shot blasted. Then we'll have a rolling chassis to be able to put our rusty body onto the chassis. So we've just had some new lights in the garage as well. So we've got some LED lights. So it's coming together now. It needs to, because time is getting closer and closer and closer. And every week that we lose to a problem, we're getting very, very close to March. It seems really far away, but it isn't. But we're getting there. We're very close to having a rolling chassis, and then we're going to be close to having an engine. The engine will be getting done. So in the next episode, join us where we tackle this. Where we tackle this, that, and that. We've got a serious task on our hands there. So, join us next episode where we tackle the body. Until then, bye-bye.
Hi, my name's Kearns.
I am... Who am I?
Hello, I'm also Ben.